Chapter 7, Right Triangle Trigonometry. Lesson 7, Extension, meaning it's extra. It's fun stuff. The law of sines and law of cosines. See, the reason why we have this is tangent, sine, and cosine are only for right triangles. The law of sines and law of cosines are for any triangle. And don't you want to be able to solve any triangle and not just right triangles? That's right, that's what I thought. So the law of sines. Sine of A over A equals sine of B over B equals sine of C over C. So I'd like you to notice that opposite angle A is side A. Opposite angle B is side B. And opposite angle C is side C. So the sides are lowercase letters and they're opposite the angles with the uppercase letters. And you can use the law of sines if you know two angles and a side, or two sides and an opposite angle. If you take Algebra 2, you'll discover that side-side angle has some issues with the law of sines, but we'll get into that not today. So, how much closer to school does Jimmy live than Adolf? Well, looking at this nice little triangle, we need to find x and y. So, the easiest thing we could do is if I call that angle J and angle S and angle A. So this would be side S. This would be side J and side A, because they're opposite the angles. We could find angle J first, because I know that the three angles add up to 180. If I subtract the other two angles, I can get angle J, which would be 61 degrees. So that was the easy one. All right, what could we find out easily? Well, I know these two things. And I know the 17, and we could find the x. So I could say sine of S over S equals sine of A over A. Angle S is 102. Side S is 3. Angle A is 17. Side A is x. Cross multiply. And then it's x times sine of 102. So I'll divide by sine of 102. And when I do that, I get x to be about 0.897. Now when you put that in your calculator, you're going to have parentheses around your angles. Make sure you close the parenthesis. Your students usually mess up so they don't close that top parenthesis. All right, so that's x. Now we can do the same type of thing and find y. I still know angle S and side S, but now I need to know side J. So it'll be angle J over side J. Side S is 102, angle S is 102, side S is 3. Angle J is 61, side J is y. Cross multiply. It's y times sine of 102, so we'll divide by sine of 102. Run it in our calculators, and after we've put it in our calculators, we get that y is about 2.682. So now let's answer the question. How much closer does Jimmy live? Well, that would indicate probably subtraction. So 2.682 minus 0.897 gives us 1.785, or approximately 1.8 miles closer. So that's the law of sines. Let's jump to the law of cosines. Whoa, it looks crazy. Actually, this is just the same one written 3 times. So it's really only one equation. Let me point out the first letter and the last letter are the same. First letter and last letter are the same. First letter and last letter are the same. And then the other 2 letters are in the middle. So the first letter and last letter are the same. The other 2 letters are in the middle. And we can use the law of cosines to solve a triangle when you can't use the law of sines. So like when you know all 3 sides, or if you know 2 sides and the included angle. So let's solve. Actually, it says find f to the nearest hundredth. I think we'll end up solving it anyway. So this is a SAS case. I have 2 sides and the angle in between, so it's law of cosines. Since I'm looking for side, I know angle f, and I'm looking for side f. So we're going to have the first letter be side f. The other 2 sides go in the middle. And it's cosine of the first letter. So our first letter is the same. The other 2 sides are in the middle. So this is side D because it's opposite angle D. The 12 is side E because it's opposite angle E. Side D is 9. Side E is 12. And angle F is 46 degrees. And when I put that in my calculator, I get f squared as being 74.9538. Square root, and you get f is about 8.66. But wait, what if we just wanted to solve the whole thing? All right, I'm glad you asked. So let's find angle D. We're looking for angle D. We're going to start with side D. The other 2 sides, E and F, go in the middle. And angle D is at the end. Side D is 9. Side E is 12. Side F is 8.66. E is 12. F is 8.66. And angle D is what we are looking for. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared is 144. 8.66 squared is 74.9956. 2 times 12 times 8.66 is 207.84. All right, I would like to solve for D, which means I need to get rid of things away from the D. So start with the furthest stuff away. So we'll subtract the 144. We can also subtract the 74.99. You can't subtract the 207 because it's times with cosine D. So we're getting rid of things that are added and subtracted first. So 81 minus 144 minus 74.9956 gives me negative 1.37.9956. And that equals negative 207.84 cosine d. Since it's times, we'll divide. There's no decimal point there. All right, so we're going to divide by negative 207.84. Gets me 0.663951. All right, but now I'm looking for the angle. Oh, how do I find the angle? When I'm looking for an angle, I use the inverse. So inverse cosine of 0.663951 is about 48.4 degrees. And then to find angle E, just subtract from 180. Subtract the 46, subtract the 48.4. So angle E is about 85.6 degrees. We're going to look at that. We now know everything, all the sides and angles on that triangle. All right, on your homework, you have only 7 problems. The first 6 of those have 3 parts, however. So I'm going to give each of those problems 1 through 6 be worth 3 points. Problem 7 is worth another point, so this will be actually 19 points. So that's it, and the end of the chapter. Have a good day.